Sorry about that. Alrighty, 2637 Northern Alabama. Thank you for the contact. Always a pleasure to talk to you guys over that way. Have a great evening, and hopefully we'll do it again another time. 73 and cheers to there for World Radio 892, Brisbane, Australia. Operator Frank this way. Ciao for now there, sir. Have a great one.
How about that World Radio 892 out there, Australia, calling CQDX. Do you get a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Try operator name's Richie.
Division 43.
How about that World Radio 892 Australia, calling CQDX. Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Trying.
Well, Radio 190 in Arizona. Just want to let you know, man, you're definitely getting your signal into Arizona. World Radio, straight up. That's you over at 32.5. That sounds like you, 32.5, 777. In here strong tonight. I'm just rolling through out of California there and noticing it. So, we're not trying to damage the side of Georgia.
Calling CQDX, calling CQDX. You got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Trying for stations in Australia tonight. How about stations in Australia? Calling CQDX. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Trying. Operator name is Richie. How about that World Radio 892 Australia? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Trying.
Sometimes you gotta turn the volume off for a few minutes, let your head settle, man. Just non-stop all day. It's been pretty sad. He's around. I was speaking to him last week, and honestly, with another couple of local guys, but no, he's still around this way there, too.
How about World Radio 892 Australia? Calling CQDX. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Trying for that World Radio 892 Australia. Operator name is Richie out here tonight. I hope you make it a trip today. How about that World Radio 892 Australia, calling CQDX. You got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, USA.
Once in a while, it gets quiet for a second in there, and it almost feels like an intermission, and I'm looking for my popcorn. Radio 892, Brisbane, Australia.
How about that World Radio 892 out there? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Trying Richie. The name is Richie. How about that World Radio 892 calling CQDX? You got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Trying. Operator name is Richie out here today. Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Trying for a station. World Radio 892 Australia. Can you hear me?
Score 73, have it better tomorrow. I'm out there. How about it, good buddy? What's really going on? Yeah, well, that's why, guys, right there. Go, external fan, I watch him. I'll put a fan, stand, and it's right to the knowledge.
CQDX calling CQDX. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying for stations in Australia.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It could be just. I haven't heard him all day, man. But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, everybody might know out here. Hey, son of a Johnson, you're absolutely banging down here to Carolina, bro.
I got a Tasmania, Australia, calling CQDX. Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying. Name is Richie tonight. How about that World Radio 991 out there in Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, USA. Richie's out here, my name out here. Waving back to Tasmania, Australia. How about that station in Tasmania, Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying. How about that World Radio 991 out there calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying. Calling CQDX, calling CQDX. How about that World Radio 991? How about that World Radio 911? How about that World Radio 911? This is 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, USA, trying. Operator name is Richie. We hear you out there tonight. How about that 911 Tasmania, Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, calling. How about that 911 out there on Tasmania, Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying. Operator name is Richie, calling for that 911 Australia in Tasmania.
I'm trying to do they're all gonna get all the lights.
How about that 141 Melbourne, Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying from the United States.
Yeah, I can get new valve, and there's like there's sort of a really good reasonable get some mesh cover. I'm thinking of getting all the new boards, you know. So after 12 o'clock on the mic ain't on the radio, they're on. How
about that 141 Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying. Operator name is Richie. We hear you out there. How about that World Radio 141 Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Tennessee.
Good morning.
How about that World Radio 141 Melbourne, Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying. How about that 141 Australia? How about that World Radio 141 Melbourne, Australia? We hear you out there calling Knoxville, Tennessee. That's me, Richie out here. 362 waving on bat. Sounding good at 5 pounds this evening. It's 362. My numbers are 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. That's me. I'm calling for stations in Australia. I'm in my mid 40s out here, 10 QSL. I'm in my mid 40s. I'm about like 44 years old, almost 45 out here in Tennessee. 362 waving on back from Tennessee to Australia. I hear someone out there talking to me. Calling CQDX 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying for stations in Australia. Hope anybody hear me out there tonight. I hear a bunch of Australian stations coming in.
And I'm running a 005 I-10 ground plane antenna.
Yeah, so where you at? Are you in Australia or in a different country out there, or what state? You're making about 7 pounds on my beam. I got my beam pointing toward Texas to Australia right now.
It sounds good. It's an old amplifier, but you're doing a good job on it. I got about 326 watts on mine. That thing actually more than this damn Intellicon meter I got. I got 411 watts. 411 watts right now, when it's coming at you. But hey, you know what? This is just the radio. The radio itself got a built-in amplifier on it, so. And I'm not doing. I didn't have it open all the way up. I probably can do plenty more than that, but I just want to keep it on somewhat tame. I didn't want them to be splattered all over the place to run. Right as he walked out, I tell you, I know what happened. Radio 911.
How about that World Radio 991, Tasmania, Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying.
Hey, good morning, everybody. As always, well, I want to know that there's a lot of traffic out there. And I tell everybody, every service from down here in Tasmania. Okay, well, radio 911.
How about that World Radio 991 out there calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying. Operator name is Richie calling out to World Radio 911 out in Tasmania, Australia.
911, Northern Alabama. California, San Francisco,
Calling CQDX. How about that World Radio 991 out there on Tasmania, Australia? You got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, trying for that station. Operator name is Richie. I hope it's making the trip to Melbourne, Australia tonight. How about that World Radio 991 out there, Tasmania, Australia, calling CQDX? Do You got a copy 362, Knoxville, Tennessee, trying. Operator name's Richie. We're out there tonight, over in Tennessee tonight. World Radio 991 out there in Tasmania, Australia. It's sounding good out there tonight.
Top of the evening, top of the morning. World Radio 911.
How about that? World Radio 991 out there in Australia calling CQDX. You got a copy 362, Knoxville, Tennessee, USA. Operator name is Richie, waving on back to World Radio 991, Tasmania, Australia. Sounding good at 9,000 miles away.
024, Alabama. Down in Logan, Australia today.
How about that? World Radio 991, Melbourne, Australia, calling CQDX. You got a copy 362, Knoxville, Tennessee, trying for that World Radio 991, Melbourne, Australia.
This is 2 Romeo Gold, 0320 California, San Francisco Bay Way. Oh no. 400. I turned it up play for a second. We hear you out here real good here in San Francisco. 1 out of 12 way and 7-3.
How about that? San Francisco Bay, California, calling CQDX. You got a copy 362, Knoxville, Tennessee, calling.
Well, I am calling Peter Frampton as a guitarist. Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
I hope that President Grant's making a trip to San Francisco, California. This is 362, Knoxville, Tennessee, trying for that station calling CQDX if it's working. Audio.
I guess he did play with Jeff Beck. I guess they did some show before he died, of course. A long time ago. Better try to think about this morning there. Here we go. California, San Francisco, big wave in the hand. Wisconsin, yeah, 709. I think Operator Jesse there in Texas for the joined the booth for this morning here. Southern Cal, right around that Pomona track strip. Good numbers for you, buddy.
Calling CQDX, calling CQDX. Do you got a copy 362? Calling for the station in Australia out there.
Thanks again, coming back. Whiskey Jack 705, Operator Chris in the motor car. Right there by the track strip. Okay, no conditions on there. 9-7 Wisconsin. 7-4. For sure, mate, for sure. Hope you're having a great evening that way. You've got World Radio 892, Brisbane, Australia. Operator Frank this way. Foxtrot Romeo. Congratulations on your station.
Calling CQDX, calling CQDX. How about that? World Radio 892, Melbourne, Australia. This is 362, Knoxville, Tennessee, trying for that station. Calling CQDX. My operator is Richie. Calling CQDX, calling CQDX. How about that? World Radio 892, Australia. How about that? World Radio 892, Melbourne, Australia. Calling for that station. Calling CQDX from 362, Knoxville, Tennessee, trying.
9-2, Brisbane, Australia. We'll be back on the side. Ciao for now.
How about that? World Radio 892, Australia, calling CQDX. Do you got a copy? 362, Knoxville, Tennessee. Operator name is Richie.
Good numbers to you, brother. Hey, Whiskey Jack 705, Operator Chris. Right next to the Pomona track strip, waving a hand your way.
How about that? World Radio 892, Australia, calling CQDX. This is 362, Tennessee, trying for that station. Operator name is Richie out there. If you hear me out there tonight, QSL.
Roger, Green Bay. Hey, no doubt about it, brother. Hey, thanks for coming back your way as well. Jack 705, Operator Chris. We're waving a hand your way, sir. Have a good rest. Oh, 408, man. You jump right back up to a 9. You see how it goes?
This is amazing, guys. It's pretty good.
Okay, 20 over in the Texas. Yeah, I just talked to 909 Tony too. And you're gone. 405. And yeah, he was booming too. So you never know what's going to pop up. Maybe having some good shit down like that. Like when it rolls later in the evening. Go to DX 402 down in Texas, 444 NorCal 73. 749. Let's go.
Calling CQDX, calling CQDX 362, Knoxville, Tennessee, calling.
Women right back.
How about that 350 out there calling CQDX 362? Wait a minute, I'm back from Tennessee. Does anyone got a copy of my Tennessee station? 362. Wait a minute, I'm back from Knoxville, Tennessee out here tonight on Old Grant.
That's too normal. Ground stuff. I'm good. I'm trying to keep the frequency clean, but I'm good. I got you in between signals there. It's up and down. That's crazy right now, but I imagine Mother Nature going to just drop the bottom right out. But I think it's 2637. Is that Oklahoma? Is that correct? Oh, man, I'm sorry, my bad. 2637 Alabama. Yeah, you're making a good trip to Northern Cal, man. You're 5'9", but it's getting quiet. I can see it on the scope, man. It's starting to die right on out. So you're in the right spot, man. You're doing the right thing with the right radio, the right antenna. It's working all the way to Northern California. 263-773-444 Northern Cal.
How about 444 Northern California calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee out there. Where are you at? 20 pounds. I think the gray line's kicking in over Tennessee tonight.
My shot's away, over.
How about that 333 out there in Northern California calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee trying.
I appreciate it. 2637. All the best, my friend. 730.
How about that 333 out there in Northern California calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling.
Numbers. I copy, but it's a lot of SMS out there.
Calling CQDX, calling CQDX 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling.
Wow, Ontario, Canada. I mean, it's way south. 370, is that right? Okay, Ontario. Yeah, okay, man. Hey, thanks, 270. Yeah, you're making a great trip to Northern Cal off the back of the beam, over. Nice to meet you, Josh. Yeah, I got you on the Omni now. Josh, what you got operator kid here? Kilo F on the remote KE and operator. Absolutely, buddy. Yeah, it's dropping out, so all the background music kind of fades. Nothing back, letting us talk there, Josh. Good to copy you.
Go ahead, Texas. This is 362 over Knoxville, Tennessee. We got you at 30 pounds.
But maybe Australia will roll in here. Let's see what happens. Josh, what do you say? I can't make out what he's saying, but I can hear him. And yeah, I think he just sits in front of the radio 24/7, kind of like Larry 891. So where's this guy at? Is he up in the Sierra too? Oh, it's all from up there, yeah.
Calling CQDX, calling CQDX 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling out here tonight. I hear you guys out there.
waiting for some DVT up. Well, he must have a hell of a height advantage. Yeah, he's up on the hill a little bit.
How about any stations out there in California? I hear y'all out there in Northern California. This is 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling out there.
141, hey, Texas. Yeah, great squirrel, great squirrel.
Hey, what's up, Grace Girl? Sounding good at 5 pounds over Knoxville, Tennessee tonight. 362, wave it on back.
It's getting busy again. Here we go. Can't you guys take turns? They talking about.
Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee trying. How about any stations out there? I hear Northern California calling CQDX. How about any stations out there today? 362 over Tennessee trying.
Northern California.
How about that Northern California station calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee.
Alright, man, hey, 600 is getting busy, man. Hey, I'll say 73, thanks for the wave. 444, way far north above the BS in California, where we believe in God and guns up here. Take care, friend.
How about that 444 Northern California calling CQDX? You got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. How about 444 Northern California calling CQDX? Do you got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. I guess we lost 444 in Northern California. 362, we hear you out there in Tennessee tonight. About that 895 Australia calling CQDX. Do you got a copy? 362 Tennessee.